Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had an amazing week, guys. Today, we're going to be jumping into Cardano, and I'm going to be telling you why you should expect more upside to come from this cryptocurrency on the more immediate time frame. In yesterday's video, and I urge each and every one of you to go and give that a watch, we looked at and we mapped out, we wiped the charts and we mapped out our Elliott wave theory, and we said, this project is quite likely going to $7.50 to $10. And we gave you reasons why. We went into detail. We showed you that Elliott wave was present here, the Elliott wave structure, and that having it been present so far, there was quite a high likelihood that it was going to continue, and we were going to see this fifth and final wave that we are now on, that's going to take us towards that $7 to $10 range. You can also overlay the fib. It matches up very perfectly, guys. So we're confident on that and have been for a while. Remember, that's not financial advice, just my opinion. But if you've not already seen yesterday's video, please go and give that a watch. It will give you more of a kind of overview of what you're investing in and where it's likely to get to. So what I want to do today, guys, is I want to really focus on the shorter term time frames. In yesterday's video, we were in this candle here, guys, and we were down here. And I said, don't fear. Many people calling for a fake out. Lots of people have still got a lot of PTSD from this kind of sell-off here. You know, they're looking at why are we all the way over here? They're looking at Bitcoin, and they're kind of looking at this structure here and saying, are we having a similar thing play out? Not the case. You guys know that we believe 2021 is going to end in a similar way to 2017 or prior to that. I've not got it on this chart. Prior to that, 2013. Bear with me, guys. This is 2013, and it's really the end of the year when things get parabolic. And we'd actually showed you the total money in crypto. We'd overlaid this structure here, the kind of March sell-off that we had, and we said, look, very similar in how you set up. You have this kind of structure that we're currently in today, which looks like, you know, perhaps a trend reversal could be coming, but what actually happens is you get continuation out of it. And that's where we think we are in regards to the crypto market as a whole. And ADA is going to do very well within that. It's already performed exceptionally well so far, which gives us a lot of reason to believe that there's continuation to come. And with such a strong project, we're going to talk about fundamentals, because there is some very bearish signs in regards to the RSI, the MACD, but what I really want to highlight is these are just indicators. These largely, much the same as this sell-off here or the March 2020 sell-off, will go out the window if the fundamentals are against it. They are a very good tool to have in your arsenal, but you really need to look at the bigger picture and grasp that, and people fail to do that often. So in regards to where we are today, guys, you know, lots of people called this as a fake out. We said, no, this is a very common trait of a breakout. And I'm going to show you that in this video. You guys will know that follow me on Twitter. We gave you this over a week ago now, I think. Nearly over a week ago. And we said, look, this is the structure that you're now in. You're in a horizontal triangle or an ascending triangle. You can really call it either the ascending triangle bit doesn't come from the triangle going upwards. It comes from the ascending support line with your horizontal resistance. And this is really what's played out, guys. And I want to show you, this sums it up very nicely, how these things play out and why once you've broken it, a kind of a coming back into or to test your previous resistance level of support is very common. It really just means that you're setting up for more continuation. And there's more things than that at play here, guys. I'm going to try not to confuse you with bombarding you with lots of information, but I'm going to try and, if I make a point on this channel, it's not just something that I've heard from somebody else and I'm regurgitating it. There's a reason and method for why I believe we are setting up for more continuation. That's what I'm going to show you in this video. So you can see that this is a very common chart. I'll see if I can find you some live examples like this one, for example. You know, you're doing what you do, you come up, you come back to retest before you then set up for more continuation. Very, very common trait. I mean, it doesn't have to be come all the way down, but you always, after that initial break off, get a kind of retest. It has everybody scared, thinking that, you know, is it a fake out? Is it, you know, is this just a kind of blip? But you get continuation on the back end of it, and this is a common trait. You can see this one doesn't come quite back. That, of course, isn't a live example. I'll try and find you some extreme examples, actually. See this? You come back, you break up, you come back. This plays out pretty accurately. Can you see this? You're grinding up, you come back, retest before then more continuation. And that is what you're in for, guys. I do very strongly believe that. We compared this to our previous, can you see we had a horizontal triangle here, ladies and gents. Let's just change the color of this, make it a solid line. Up the thickness, we all like a bit of thickness. You're in, that's very roughly drawn by the way, ladies and gents, please don't quote me on that. You're in an ascending triangle here where you had your horizontal resistance, your ascending support, you break out, you come back before setting up for more continuation. And we compared that to what's going on today, guys. These things don't happen overnight, but I am expecting the crypto market to get very parabolic in a very short period of time. And in regards to your Elliott wave theorem, and please, I'm urging you to go and watch yesterday's video because we explain it in detail what's going on here. In regards to where you are on your fifth wave, you're here. And you've still got the bulk of this to come, ladies and gentlemen. And that's where you are. And I want to just very quickly highlight something that I didn't highlight till kind of the end of yesterday's video, which I should have put at the start. See this on the daily, this bullish cross here, when your 20 EMA goes above your 50. You can use a number of different EMAs to suggest this. You also had one here, guys. You have now had one of those. On top of that, let me quickly show you again, because I wiped the chart so that I could redo it for you. Let's have a look at this. I think was the Byron hard fork. This was the Shelley hard fork. The 12th of September. Okay. Is the Alonzo hard fork, and this is perhaps one of the biggest hard forks that Cardano has had to date. This is when we're going to see the implementation of smart contracts. We're going to see people start to build and use the Cardano blockchain, and we're going to see a whole ecosystem evolve from this. We've spoken about a number of the projects that are going to come out of it already. So this, you know, if you look at your previous hard forks, if they're anything to go by, you always have a run up. We're expecting this. The stars are aligning, if you will, and this is really just a continuation structure. Other thing that I want to talk to you that you're in, and we'll go back to my Twitter to point this out. We've been very accurate with the calls, guys, so please go and get subscribed. We're not going to get everything right. We don't call ourselves a professional trader. We've already spoke to you that most professional traders are just very professional at taking your money and nothing else. You know, you can learn. Anybody can learn to do this. It takes time, practice, and money. You will lose money when you start out. I can promise you of that. And nobody's going to stop that. But this schematic that we overlaid, and I'm not sure whether you can see that very well, is playing out to a T. Even to the sell-off, you come up and you're just seeing continuation. This is what's in play, ladies and gentlemen. And you really are on this journey. The target, by the way, for the cup and handle, which aligns very nicely, and I'll actually draw it on our kind of macro structure. The target for your cup and handle, if you bear with me, is roughly, by the way, guys, so when you break it, around about your $4 mark, which actually coincides with your coincides very, very nicely with your Alonzo hard fork. So what I'm trying to show you here is that we're not just saying we think there's more upside because we think there's more upside, and you know, that's just the kind of feeling we get. We're showing you things on a technical level, and we're showing you things on a fundamental level, and we're trying to puzzle everything together and paint a picture that hopefully is understandable, and you can see that there is method to my madness. I'm not just a crazy guy in sunglasses sat here on YouTube rambling to you guys. So that's what we're expecting, more continuation. I suspect we'll be right. We get a lot of we've got 100% hit rate, by the way, on Twitter. We are going to get things wrong. That's absolutely apparent. Nobody has a 100% hit rate. We've just only recently had a Twitter, and the calls that we've made so far have been very accurate and correct, even to the T. And this is where we're at. So that is really the bulk of what I have for you. I don't want to go into too much today. This was just a short and sweet video. We're going to do some longer videos. We're going to be covering some more smaller projects. I don't know if I've announced it already, but I am setting up a fund, somewhat of a trust fund. But that's really, you know, I'm happy for people to. That's not something I even need to sell at this point. It's largely already sold, and you know, I'm going to keep you guys up to date on that. So expect more continuation, guys. We're in a cup and handle structure to the upside. The whole crypto market is going to start moving up, much the same as it did here. You know, in this area here, people going, "Oh, we're not sure. Is this a dead cat bounce?" But no, it's not. a dead cat bounce, by the way, or there were so many people going A, B, C correction, and I'm like, you have no idea. Your B wave cannot be higher than where you started the ABC correction. Otherwise, it's completely invalid. So there is a lot of reasons to suggest we're going higher. Now, let me talk to you about. There are bearish, very quickly before I wrap things up. I always do this, guys. I always kind of get the bulk of the video out of the way, and then I forget something and kind of go, hang on, wait. But I have got to show you this because this is bearish divergence on the RSI. Now, normally, if I didn't know that the Alonso hard fork was coming out and that I'm expecting more upside as a result of that, and you know we've just had a number of patterns to suggest that, etc., etc., I would say you need to be careful here. And if you are a swing trader, perhaps take profits. But because of the Alonso hard fork, this thing's going to keep going. And if you watched yesterday's video, hopefully that should have given you the confidence, and remember I'm not a financial advisor, to understand where this thing is going. You are in certain structures and schematics right now that have targets to the upside, and this is where we're going, ladies and gentlemen. That is largely what I have for you in this video. I hope you can see this in regards with the kind of breakout that we're currently in and why it's totally normal and healthy. You know, I would actually quite like us to go sideways if I'm being quite honest, just because I'm happy for us to do that, because what that does is that allows us to come back to our daily MA, which we are going to hit at some point. It's what you do in upward moves, guys. You can see any upward move. If you're in an uptrend, this will hold you as support. If you're in a downtrend, it acts as resistance. All I have for you guys, I've rambled off for long enough. If you're not already subscribed to the Twitter, head over there for more content. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Enjoy your weekends, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't spend too long staring at the charts. That's my job, not yours. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a fantastic weekend.